Hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm going to teach you how to order and round decimals. So here's our problem on FunBrain. 5,435.2884. And the problem here is to round to the nearest tenth. So let's go over to our workspace, shall we? Here we are. Here's the problem, and I highlighted the tenth position. So here is the key, really, to rounding decimals. 5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less, let it rest. And what that means is, here, I'll show you an example. 4 lets it rest, so you just cross it out entirely, and it doesn't carry anything on. But 8, it soars, so you add a 1 to the next number, which becomes 9, which also needs to soar. And when you bring a 1 over to the 2, it becomes 3. But the thing is it doesn't need to round. But this is the 10th, so we don't have to round this one. So our answer is going to be perfect. See? Getting the hang of it? Alright, let's try a different one. Here, why don't you study it for a minute and see if you can figure it out before I show you. So, you ready to solve another problem? Let's go over to our workspace again. I don't need to cover the basics because, you just learned that. So let's just dive in. 4, again, crosses out. 1, cross it out. 2, cross it out. That was a pretty easy one. Look at that. Alright, so you want to try it? Let's see. Let's see. Perfect. Alright, I think you've got the hang of this. So let's try a different topic. And here is decimal switch. This is how we're going to teach you how to sort decimals. So we're going to do this till it ascends. So it goes lower to higher. Alright, let's start practicing. Alright, I've already copied down all the decimals. So here's the real key to sorting decimals. What you really got to do is you've got to know which is higher and which is lower. All these zeros right here, those are all called ones, as you should know. These, the second number, right behind the decimal point, is tenths. And then, after that, you have hundredths. This is important because the number that's the most important is the one closest to the decimal point, and that's how you sort. So let's try it. Here will be our sorting box. Let's start with 0.6. Let's see. I think that might be one of the higher ones, so we'll put it right here. Here's 0.07. Do you see any that have zeros for the first number? No? So that is the lowest number. Then you go to 0.11. Do you see any with 1 in the first number? No? So it's the second. Then you go to 0.22. None of the other ones are 2, so 0.22. Then it's 6 or 7, so you go 0.6 and then 0.71. And you have the correct answer, so let's enter it in and see if we're right. Correct. Perfect. So you're starting to get the hang of it, right? Let's try a different one. Here we go. All right, this will be our last problem in this lesson. So let's see. Again, ascending order. So we'll start for lowest and go to greatest. Let's get out our workspace. For this one, we are going to copy the numbers down. Here we go. We've got 0.4, 0.05, 0.12, 0.11, and 0.27. Think about for just a moment before we start solving this. Think if you can solve it, maybe in your head or maybe on a sheet, and see if you can figure out the answer. Alright, so let's get started. Here we go. Let's look at the first number. Here's a 0. Any other zeros? Nope. So 0.5 goes in the first one. Let's see. Do we see a 1? Here's a 1. And here's a 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to the second number. 2 and a 1. So this one goes first. And then comes this one. We've got a 4 and a 2. So the 2 comes next. And then the 4. Easy, right? All right, let's enter it in and see if it's right. All right, bye.